everything's alright. Every night, just one thing on my mind. I'm just waiting on that moment. Waiting on my moment. You say, oh, you got that out shit? Hell no, next time that's mine. But as long as I stay hustling, I'm gon' shine. I'm just waiting on that moment.
Hello guys, welcome to another episode of Fisherman Huddle. Thank you guys for tuning in today, and we're just gonna have a lot of fun, have a nice little powwow, and just talk about bass fishing news, updates, one-on-one type things. And so let's get it started. First of all, in every sport, there's that go-to thing that everybody talks about, you know, whether it be basketball, football, but in the sport of bass fishing, it is mystery tackle box. You say, what is mystery tackle box? Mystery tackle box is sponsored by Carl's Bait and Tackle. These guys put some of the hottest and latest baits together, you know, for bass fishermen. And also, if you're a trout fisherman, you know, they make different boxes for different styles of fishing. Very cool thing. I've done it. You know, the value of this box is about 30 bucks. Sometimes they have promo codes. If you go to Guggen Baits, Guggen Squad, those guys have promo codes. They're sponsored by Carl's Bait and Tackle. You can check out John B or AP Bass and Parrot and check out one of their videos and hook yourself up with a promo code. It knocks it down to $5, so you can buy a box, give your friends, go out and do a contest. Who catches the most fish within 2 hours, you know, wins. And that's a very, very fun thing, cool thing. If you're a new bass fisherman, you can test new baits and new lures for a very, very low price. Go out and just have fun and just cut up. So that's Mystery Tackle Box. Check that out, mysterytacklebox.com, and get it popping. Moving right along. If you're a new bass fisherman and you're looking for baits and you don't really know, because there's thousands, hundreds of baits when you walk to Bass Pro Shops or Dick's Sporting Goods, you're walking down the aisle, there's so many options, there's so many choices. But I tell you what has done it for me, as far as a bass lure and a tactic that works, is I throw swim baits. I like swim baits. They're basic baits because big fish like to eat other fish. You know, that's the name of the game. You know, if they're not hitting grubs or worms, they're hitting on the swim baits. And I suggest checking out KVD Perfect Plastic. I use the clear plastic, all see-through plastic. Very, very good bait, very good lure. I mean, you can throw it behind a underspin, you know, or you just throw just a basic swim bait. You can throw an open aught hook, 2-aught hook, weighted, drilled in. You can go to Dick's Sporting Goods or Bass Pro Shops or even Walmart. I suggest going to Bass Pro Shops and talk to those guys about it, and they'll show you how to hook it up and what to do with your KVD Perfect Plastic. It's a great lure, great bait, especially for new people who are testing out baits and lures. And also my favorite lure of all time, man, I'm telling you, that gets the big fish for me, that's been doing it for this year, 2020, is the KVD Colorado Blade. It works very, very good. I throw it behind a trailer, a swim bait, a Raid Swim, and you know, very, very cool bait. You have the blades that move. It's a very, very cool bait. It gets big fish, it gets results. So check out KVD Perfect Plastic, made by Strike King. Check those guys out and get it going with Strike King. All right. As you're a new bass fisherman and you're checking things out and you're wondering, okay, what do I do? How do I do it? You know, how can I be effective in my fishing game? The most important thing is to learn how to move the baits, man. whether it be from a football jig, you know, on a Guggen Baits lure, you know, Bandito book, learning how to use these baits, whether learning how to throw this crank bait, the proper way to move these baits. And that's what this show today is all about for you guys, the new beginners. You know, this is geared toward new beginners. I've been doing this session for about 3 weeks now, so I'm going to continue because I'm going to show you what I did from groundwork, where I worked from, all the way to now. And the one thing that got me a lot of fish is learning how to move these baits properly. I watch videos after videos. There's some baits I use more than others that I learned that it works, like the Colorado blade. You know, this is a thing that works for me. You know, and throwing a Rage Swim, you know, KVD Perfect Plastic. These are things that work for me over the years. You know, I found out these certain things that work, and certain things are just a guarantee, like throwing a worm. You know, you can throw that on a Texas rig, you know, and a weighted, you know, and I suggest if you're looking for good teaching on how to use certain baits, check out my boy Gene Jensen, Fluke Master. You know, he covers a wide range of baits and how to use these baits and what is effective way to use baits. So, like I said, the most important thing when you're a bass fisherman is learning how to move each bait, because each bait has a specific motion, a specific way that triggers these fish. You know, because you're trying to mimic, if you're throwing a perfect plastic KVD Strike King, you know, you're throwing the fish. You know, you want to mimic, you know, how these fish ambush their prey. You know, these fish see certain movements every day. You know, they get up, you know, they hunt food. You know, they do it at night, twice a day. You know, they hit those big meals. And these bait fish, they move a certain way. Some bait fish move just a slow motion. Some move erratically. Some move just jet weight. So it's learning your surroundings, learning how, because these are predators. So you have to, you know, get into their mind. You know, that's the whole thing. Get into how these fish think. And that's what makes a bass fisherman very successful, because they get into the fish's mind. They know what time they feed. You know, they learn what the fish like. It's like I say in my videos of tactical fishing, you know, we bring the dinner plate. You know, whether it be swim baits, Colorado blades, square bills, we bring the fillet to these fish. And we play their game. You know, if you're not playing the game right, and they don't like what you're throwing, they're not going to hit it. I mean, it can be the best bait in the world, most expensive lure. If you're not throwing the right thing, because these fish may not want a lipless crankbait at the time. They might not want a square bill. They might just want a swim bait, you know, weightless, just on top of the water, just rolling along. So that is very key to bass fishing, man. You know, besides the basic stuff, getting a nice rod, a certain rod, a 1.0 or 1.5, learning, you know, what type of string you use, what type of, you know, reel rod, whether you want a medium rod, light rod, but all these things gear into learning how to move these baits properly, because that's going to score you a lot of fish. You know, through my years of bass fishing, it was always the motion that got the fish to react. There are certain things that don't trigger certain fish. You know, a real erratic movement don't trigger them. You know, just a slow motion, just a jerk. It's like they just zoom in and just bam, they hit the bait. I've seen it. I've seen fish that, you know, I'm throwing the same bait, you know, across this fish, but the way it's moving, you know, if it's just a little jerk, they zoom in and it's automatic. It's a trigger system. So it's like decoding. You know, when you're throwing baits, you're throwing these lures, You're trying to decode, what is this fish thinking? What is it after? Are they into fast baits, slow baits? So that is a very, very, very key thing. If you're a new bass fishing man, if you learn the movements, it will change your fishing game forever. Because that is key. That's the reason why I caught so many fish. Just basically on movement. I didn't know a lot about a lipless crankbait, a square bill, or things like that, but I was scientific. I was more of a technical person. So if a guy says move bait a certain way, I'm going to move it a certain way. If this way is moving the bait is more effective than the other one, I'm going to move it that way. So that is the thing. If you ever watch bass fishing shows or fishing channels, they're talking about, man, I'm not moving the bait this way. If I move the bait this way, and they learn results. And also, it comes down to also baits. Some fish want certain things at the time of the day. Some baits want some. Majority of them, they hit top water, during the summertime and stuff like that. But like I said, how to move these baits properly is the key to being a great bass fisherman. Learning each bait, each move, learning how to move a square bill, learning about a square bill. Where is it most effective at? Learning how to move these things, learning how to move a football jig, where to throw it at. These things you learn. And again, if you want to dive deeper into these things and learning how to move baits properly, I suggest check out Jesus, a Fluke Master. Check him out. Also, Tyler's Real Fishing. He's very, very good at jerk baits, learning the technical side of how to move these baits. And once you do learn it, you're able to, okay, this is not working, to eliminate certain things. Some things work universally. How to reel in your baits. You find out over a process of time, certain ways you move baits, all fish hit it. It doesn't matter where you're at, what location, all the fish hit it. So I suggest check out Jesus, a Fluke Master. He breaks these things down. He's been fishing for a very, very long time, and he's taught me everything I know about bass fishing. Check out Jesus, a Fluke Master. I suggest subscribing to his channel, get the latest news and latest hits. And also Tyler's Real Fishing, check him out. He's very educated on locations and boating, how to get these fish. And if you're a serious bass fisherman, check out my boy Scott Martin. He's a boat fisherman, he's a pro. He knows how to move baits and catch fish in critical clutch times. So if you're a serious bass fisherman, you're doing tournaments, check out my boy Scott Martin. And also check out Tactical Fishing. I'm doing the same thing here, but just kind of in increments. I'm showing how to move baits, certain lures. And so check out Tactical Fishing. And that is it for today, guys. Thank you for joining me today at Fisherman Huddle. And until next time, and remember, keep it popping.
Like everything's alright. Every night, just one thing on my mind. I'm just waiting on that moment. Waiting on my moment. You say, oh, you got that out shit. Hell no, next time that's mine. But as long as I stay hustling, I'm gon' shine. I'm just waiting on